It's me, your best friend Vlad, and welcome to my review of Jet Force Gemini.
The game begins with this intro cinematic showing the characters. There is the Captain, Bella, who is apparently able to type even with those giant blocky hands, and the best character in the game, motherfucking Lupus the space dog. Apparently Jet Force Gemini is a sort of space police. They receive an emergency call about these very like aliens called tribals, who are being attacked and enslaved by giant ass ants. Yeah, this game is all about killing giant bugs, so get ready for that shit. Before they could finish enjoying watching the massacre on video, they're interrupted by this ship from the bugs that's boarded theirs. They decide to get the fuck out of there, but they are surprised by an explosion caused by a group of them already on the ship.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Since Juno is a badass, he tells them to escape without him while he holds them back. Once Vela and Lupus escape, Juno goes to his ship. This character selection screen is really cool. At first you can see only Juno, but there are two other empty slots for Bella and Lupus. Once you select Juno, he gets in his ship and goes to the nearby planet which was being attacked by the bugs. You arrive on his weird cube-like ship and start the first mission. This is when the actual gameplay begins. I should probably mention this, but Jet Force Gemini is a third-person shooter, so in every stage your main mission is to get to the end of it where your ship is waiting, and kill as many bugs as possible in the process. To assist you in your bug killing spree, you have an arsenal of different weapons. You start with a simple pistol, but you get a shitload of weapons which are pretty different from each other. Some of them are extremely useful most of the time, like the machine gun, which has a ton of bullets and doesn't even have to reload, so you can go crazy with it. But some of them are extremely situational, like these flares that are just useful to see in dark places. Yay! And others are just meant for you to
fuck shit up, like, do you like rocket launchers? Yeah? Well, what's better than one rocket launcher?
Anyhow, what's cool about all the weapons is that the game tends to give you scenarios in which a specific weapon is most useful. The machine gun invention is very good against a large amount of enemy ships, and the rocket launcher is best to kill bigger enemies that are less mobile. For example, you also get a simple sniper rifle, and in a lot of stages there are several enemies really far away which are very hard to kill unless you use it. And if you need to kill something very mobile or a big enemy that's far away, you can use a Homan missile, which targets and follows enemies. With so many types of weapons, you bet there are a lot of different enemies. As I mentioned, there are several types of ships that come in larger or smaller groups, but most of the enemies are just bugs. There are several types of ants that attack in different ways. There are the basic blue ones which can have shields, red ones which do a lot of damage, and the green ones that are snipers. You also encounter several types of big guys, and these disgusting small bugs. And most importantly, you have fucking zombie ants that can be killed, and their way of attacking you is ripping parts of themselves and throwing them at you. Like, what the fuck, game? You might think those zombie ants are pretty random, but they actually go well with this game. If you kill an enemy with any regular weapon like a pistol, they just fall and die. But if you kill them by doing lots of damage like with a missile, they fucking explode and rain blood all over the place.
It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen.
Even if you just kill them with a pistol, sometimes they fall to the ground but they don't die, and you can either wait for them to die on their own or finish the job. Yeah, this game is not fucking around. You can even shoot them in the head and decapitate them, and then pick up their motherfucking heads and add it to your collection. The worst thing is that you can't use these heads for anything. The game just keeps track of how many you collected just so you know how much of a psycho you are. But this is not the worst thing. The worst is that a lot of times, enemies just randomly surrender. You may think you have a choice, but for you to progress in a stage, you sometimes need to kill all enemies in a room before you can escape. And if one of those enemies decides to surrender like this guy, you literally have to kill him in cold blood so you can continue. The developers of this game really hate bugs. Now let's talk about the game's story. There isn't much, but there is something. As I said before, you start as Juno, but on the third stage you meet with Bella, which after killing this ant to save a tribal... Like, you can stop now, Bella, I'm pretty sure he's dead. gets captured and you have to save her from prison by strange chips on the wall, which control the cell doors. Once you release her, you can either continue playing with Juno or choose Bella on the selection screen. If you choose her, you eventually run into motherfucking Lupus' space dog. And from that point on, you can either play with all three of them, but to be honest, why would you want to play with anyone else other than Lupus? I mean, did I mention he can fucking fly? Yeah, all of them have special skills that allow only them to access certain parts of a stage. Lupus flies, Juno can walk on lava, and Bella can swim underwater, which is just an excuse to do 100%. In Juno's second stage, you also find another character that's not part of the Jet Force Gemini. It's his cool flying robot called Floyd. When you find him, he can't do shit since he's been torn apart by the ants for betraying them and saving a tribal in danger. So you can decide to walk away, or you can do this side quest to find all three of his parts to repair him. Once repaired, he follows you around and notifies you there are enemies around by flashing a light, but he can also be used by a second player to help you around in killing enemies, which is pretty cool since you can play the campaign with 2 people. Although, while recording this footage, I didn't have a second player, so I had to use both controllers at the same time just to show you how it works.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistake.
Floyd can also be used on this neat minigame in which you take full control of him and play around some obstacles and gather collectibles before reaching a goal. It's a welcome change in the gameplay. Once you meet each main character, they decide to continue the path towards Misa's palace. Misa is this giant ass bug that basically controls all other enemy that you have been fighting, and he's the one responsible for attacking and enslaving the tribals. So each character goes through 3 stages on their own before they all meet at Misa's palace. If you reach that stage with one character, you end up entering this weird ass pyramid and that character teleports somewhere. From that point on, you can't choose that character anymore, and you have to make all of them reach the same pyramid where Misa resides. Before we continue with the story, let's talk about collectibles. Apart from all the weapons you collect, you can also find these ammo packs that increase the ammo capacity for a specific weapon. You can increase your life by collecting these weird things, and you can also find these Misa coins that can be spent in certain minigames or on these kind of shops that store lives or ammo. And finally, there are bonus future tokens that let you unlock different things like playable characters in multiplayer mode, which I'll talk about later on. There is also one more collectible in a sense, that's the tribals. Something I didn't mention is that in every stage you go to, there is a number of tribals hiding somewhere, and the problem is that they can actually die before you save them, and these motherfuckers really want to die. Most times they're just standing near danger, or they come running towards you and dying from your own bullets, and sometimes they decide to randomly run away from you. Come here, you little fucker! There is even a specific type of fan that I didn't mention, that's brown. These assholes tend to stand near the tribals, and when they spot you, they start killing the tribals before you can save them. Yeah, now I have no regret for killing the ants that surrender. But what's worse is that the tribals can also be decapitated like ants can, and if you pick their heads up, they are added to your fucking head collection. Game, please stop. I don't wanna play anymore. Apart from regular enemies, there are obviously bosses. They don't come around too often, but when they do, oh boy, prepare to kill some giant and disgusting bugs. There are bosses like this huge ant queen and this robo-mantis, but one of my favorites is this guy, which I don't know what the fuck he is. He looks like a grasshopper, but he has fangs and summons bats. Is he some sort of fucking vampire bug? Anyway, the reason why he's my favorite is not because of the fight itself, but because of his death animation. Just take a look at this shit. No. Oh shit. You're fine, dude. You're fine. You're... Never mind. I love how Juno just casually strolls by like, "Get red, bitch, I'm out!" Let's continue with the story. When all of the Jet Force Gemini reach the pyramid, you are shown this cutscene in which Mizar finally shows his face in front of Juno. He gets wrecked and Mizar just walks away, but before giving up, the rest of the team appears and they'll all engage into heroic running towards Mizar.
Hey, so I know this is a sudden end of the video, but I didn't realize my script was as long and I want to keep this video shorter since I don't think I can retain anyone's attention for more than a few minutes. I also recently obtained a better quality mic which I'm using right now, so I want to re-record the audio for the second part with it so that our ears don't bleed as much. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching and feel free to leave me a comment, I'll make sure to answer to all of them. If you want to be the first kid on the block to watch the second part of this video, remember to subscribe to my shit. See ya!